There aren't a lot of reporters apparently following Trump on the campaign trail. That's like the new reporting in the last few days, is that they just don't think it's safe, so they don't want to do it. But CNN does have a reporter, Gary Tuchman, who went to yesterday's rally. And we've got two videos of Gary Tuchman that I really want to play because I think he did a great job. The first is his brief discussion of the level of COVID safety, the safety measures at that rally. Take a look.
Now, if you thought that people would be more careful at Trump rallies after hearing that Donald Trump had the coronavirus and that there was a super spreading event at the White House, you would be incorrect. Hundreds and hundreds of people lined up outside in the broiling sun for hours today here in Sanford, Florida. There was no social distancing, and I would say about 90% of people did not have masks. Everyone had their temperature checked. They were given hand sanitizer, and they were also given masks, but there was no mandate to wear them. And most of those masks were put in pockets or put in purses, never to come out again. We talked to a lot of people who decided not to wear masks.
So Adrian, like the campaign did what they've done. They made the things available that are necessary, but the people just aren't using them apparently.
Oh, well, yeah, we're gonna blame the people when he started, from pretty much the jump back in March of saying, oh, we don't need these things, they're excessive. Also, we see that he doesn't consistently use a mask, he often takes it off. He's associated wearing a mask with masculinity, which is just too much irony that goes on there. And so he's already set up this base who they don't think they need masks. They think that they are infallible and that nothing's going to happen to them. So why should we expect them to wear it?
Yeah, you're 100% right. And actually, I'm glad that you said that about Trump's role in this, because when we play the next video, there's gonna be a direct shout out to that. Let me just briefly say, I don't know if this video is even gonna be, if we're gonna be able to upload it to YouTube because it has music in the background. I don't go to Trump rallies, I never have. I need to talk to Emma. Is there a moment where they're not playing Macho Man? That wasn't the same moment because it was dark in the dancing video, but they're still playing Macho Man. Have they listened to Macho Man? Do they understand the socio-political context around that? It's not saying what they think it's saying. Just like Born in the USA, listen to the lyrics of a song once in your life, right wing. You might learn something. Art is amazing when you try to understand it. But anyway, they're not gonna wear the masks. So that same reporter, Gary Tuchman, decides to ask them, why are you going to this rally maskless when the virus is everywhere?
House recently where so many people who were outside at an event got coronavirus, including the president ended up with coronavirus. That doesn't concern you?
No.
Why doesn't it concern you?
I'm healthy, I have no underlying health issues, and that seems to be the people that are most prone to getting the disease. If you have an underlying...
The president was healthy too, though, and he had to take a helicopter to the hospital. Right, he had good medical care, right?
Yes, well...
You think you'd have care that good?
No, but I take care of myself.
Why not just put on a mask? What's the difference?
No, a mask can actually do more harm than good to individuals.
It'll do more harm.
It can, because people can faint because there's too much carbon dioxide going back into their system.
That's a big problem. People fainting all over the country from masks and dropping dead?
Well, it just enough. Enough people are getting ill because they're wearing a mask.
Really?
So yeah.
Where does that come from then?
You common sense.
Do you believe you won't get sick from it?
I don't care if I do, because I know I'm not going to die from it.
How do you know? How do you know that? With all due respect.
You know what? If I do, I do. I'm not afraid.
I believe in God. And I trust that if I get the virus, then that was God's will.
We've also seen the numbers drop every single day.
Well, the numbers are going up now, though.
Here.
I mean, Mr. Trump says it's disappearing, but it's not. That's not the truth.
Well, I'm debating on what the truth is for that, because of what I can see. It's all the numbers that I've read have been down, and I'm seeing that the flu is taking more people.
So that's what you believe?
Yes.
Let me ask you this. If President Trump at the rally said, everyone put on their masks. So good.
Put it on.
So that's the shout out there. She said if Trump just said to put on the mask, she would. I honestly, I don't think that most people at the rally would actually. I've seen video before of them saying that it wouldn't matter, that you really shouldn't wear one. But all we heard there, Adrian, was just a bunch of right-wing talking points about carbon dioxide. These are just it's your parents on Facebook. It's them repeating things that they heard. Like, they're full-grown adults. Some of them are quite elderly, but they don't they're not able to see through the propaganda that's been given to them by the president, by Fox News, by these sources on Facebook and stuff like that. They're willing to risk their life because of all of this BS.
And it's absolutely unfortunate that people are so greatly influenced by someone who doesn't have any intellectual capacity and has continued to show that he's in it for himself. And to take that person and make them your leader and to make health decisions based on what they say is extremely dangerous, yet people continue to follow Trump's words, and he is truly a role model.
Yeah, and those people, what do we want to guess their average age was? 60s, 70s? Some of them look like maybe older?
Maybe 54.
Yeah, okay, maybe. But at least one or two of the people who were saying, I don't have any of the things that predispose you to getting it, which again, it's not predisposing you to getting it, it's predisposing you to die if you do get it. You are an elderly woman. You have literally the worst predisposition. You're elderly, it's killing the elderly. There was the other woman who said, I don't care if I get it because I'm not gonna die. And he said, yeah, but a lot of people die. What if you die? Well, I don't care. Well, then you just don't care about anything. And the first woman, when he pointed out that she wouldn't get the medical care he would, she said, well, I'm not worried because I take care of myself. But you don't. You're maskless at a rally. That's literally the first step of taking care of yourself, is not willingly exposing yourself to the virus. And you haven't even passed that bar. Adrian, I don't know how stringent you've been for the past 7 months, but when I think back to what I've done and what I haven't done, like I think about, so if I'm riding my bike, so I commute to work on a bicycle, and unless I'm passing near someone, I have my mask down. Like that's a thing I think about. Should I still have it up even if I'm not near someone? These people are like, they're in a crowd of thousands of people. Like the span of how compliant people are is so wide. And that's why we're looking at a possible third wave that's happening right now, because some people have been convinced that it's not an issue.
Yep, and they're gonna continue interacting and living their lives as if there is no global pandemic. And it's unfortunate just how much we're seeing this wave and movement toward the denial of science, which is unfortunate because I think before in the US, there was some big concern about the denial of religion and things you couldn't see. But when it comes to science, it was always thought that these are grounded facts. These are things we know to be the truth. And now people have completely relinquished all sense of reason for these things that were supposed to be kind of the base, could not be in any way removed or underpinned. And it is very, very scary when you can't get people to even understand facts.
Yeah, something as simple as, does a mask cause you to pass out from carbon dioxide? What do they think the surgeons are doing, honestly? Like, they just believe it. They've believed 7 months, there's been no evidence that it's actually affecting anybody, but they still believe it. They still believe that the flu is killing more people. It's just not factually true. It's just not true. It's not even close to true. It couldn't be less true. All the numbers I see are going down. What numbers? What numbers? Like the lack of interest on Fox News of talking about coronavirus, those numbers are going down. They don't really care to mention it at all. The whole thing is just nonsense, and people are dying as a result of it. People who are not gonna have, the stem cell derived super medicines that Trump got access to for free through socialized government healthcare, they're not gonna get those things, they're gonna continue to die. Check out the Damage Report podcast each day, wherever you get your podcasts, whether Pocket Casts or Stitcher or iTunes. You can join me as I give you the news and stories you want, with a range of co-hosts and interview guests jumping in on the fun each day. Again, that's the Damage Report, wherever you get your podcasts. And if you get them at iTunes, don't forget to rate and review. Sometimes I'll read them live on the show.